Welcome to Meta News, your news channel to be up to date on topics related to cryptocurrencies, Metaverse, NFT, and many more. Thanks for tuning in. This supercomputer should pave the way. The Metaverse also requires special computing power, so Facebook parent Meta unveiled a new supercomputer. Facebook parent company Meta continues to conquer the Metaverse. The newly created research supercluster is expected to play a major role in this. The computer, which works with artificial intelligence, is already said by Meta to be one of the fastest supercomputers in the world. For Meta, there is no doubt that it will take the top spot when it is fully operational in mid-2022. This confidence emerges from a blog post showcasing the hardware. However, the company did not disclose where the computer is located or what costs are or were associated with its development and creation. Decentralized finance analyst Camila Russo compared Meta's new machine to the Ethereum network, which some in the industry already consider a global supercomputer of sorts. However, she points out the important difference is that Meta is building a private supercomputer to better market user data in its metaverse. Ethereum, on the other hand, is working on a public world computer that will allow users to control their data in the metaverse, she said. Many experts believe that the current computing infrastructure needs to be improved 1,000-fold to enable the metaverse. You need to be able to access petaflops, 1,000 teraflops, of computing power in less than a millisecond, in less than 10 milliseconds for real-time applications, said Intel expert Raja Koduri. Talking about the supercomputer, let's talk about Intel and their plan to enter the Bitcoin mining business. Hardly anyone would have expected this. At the ISSCC, the International Solid-State Circuits Conference, which will be held in San Francisco from February 20th to February 24th, 2022, Intel will present its first dedicated mining hardware for cryptocurrencies, specifically Bitcoin. Technical data on the apparently bonanza mine named ASIC, Application-Specific Integrated Circuit, is not yet available, but it is apparently to become an ultra-low-voltage miner that can mine Bitcoin particularly energy efficiently. Intel is now the second manufacturer to hint at innovations in Bitcoin mining. Most recently, Twitter founder Jack Dorsey also announced a more efficient and widely accessible open Bitcoin mining system, which is also supposed to be open source and avoid vulnerabilities of previous ASICs. Intel confirmed the plans to Tom's hardware, and Raja Koduri, who is responsible for GPUs at Intel, had also hinted back in December that Intel was working on specialized hardware for blockchain/cryptocurrencies. Intel is thus competing with the currently most powerful manufacturer in this field, Bitmain, which recommends the Antminer SX19P model for Bitcoin mining. Technical data about the bonanza mine is not yet known, but we will probably find out at the ISSCC. Next, we are going to talk about the current crypto market. Bitcoin price, comeback or just a flash in the pan? After a massive sell-off over the weekend, the Bitcoin price is currently able to recover and rise back towards the key resistance. Its dominance also reaches a new 60-day high. Bitcoin is looking back on an eventful week, which is likely to come to a head once again in the next 48 trading hours. After the BTC price broke through key support at $39,500 with massive volume late in the evening of January 21st, a liquidation cascade of existing long bets ensued. As a result, the Bitcoin price rushed south by 10% and much as repeatedly mentioned in the last price analyses to the blue support zone between $36,643 and $34,647. This area was then undercut several times in the following days. At the peak, Bitcoin fell to $33,000 before a countermovement set in. With this, the Bitcoin price closed the open price gap from July 21, 2021 in the CME future chart. Subsequently, the bulls took heart and stabilized the BTC price on a daily closing basis once again in the light blue witch support zone. The countermovement initiated on it leads Bitcoin on today's Wednesday morning back to the 23 Fibonacci retracement at $38,289. With this, the bulls have now also closed the fresh CME gap from last Friday. Whether Bitcoin can continue its reversal move will be significantly influenced by the Fed's interest rate decision at 8 p.m. German time today, Wednesday. In addition, since Tesla will also present its quarterly figures at around 10 p.m. today, Elon Musk might also not miss the opportunity to proactively tweet about Bitcoin. However, the current comeback of the cryptocurrency should not hide the fact that a massive resistance area has formed between $39,500 and $42,000. In any case, significantly increased volatility is to be expected on the crypto market. Investors should rather stay on the sidelines for the time being in order not to be caught on the wrong foot in case of a strong increase in volatility. Our last topic talks about a bug on NFT Marketplace Opensea. Attackers were able to buy far below market price. A bug on Opensea, currently the largest marketplace, enabled unknown persons to buy highly traded NFTs extremely cheaply and then sell them off again at a high price. Yesterday, unknown persons apparently exploited a bug in the NFT Marketplace Opensea to buy NFTs offered there at significantly lower prices than visibly listed. They then resold the NFTs at current prices and made the equivalent of more than €1 million in profits, reports blockchain security firm Elliptic. According to the report, the unknown persons grabbed NFTs from the Bored Ape Yacht Club, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, Cool Cats and Cyberkong's NFT series, some of which were traded at very high prices. Elliptic writes that they were able to observe a total of 3 accounts that went on the prowl in this way. Among other things, someone with the name B1A22C was able to acquire the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT number 9991 for 0.77 Ether and resell it 20 minutes later for 84.2 Ether, which corresponds to a profit of around €179,000. Some users were probably now trying to get around the fees and transferring the NFTs to another wallet. On the Opensea website, there would then no longer be a listing for sale. And trusting this, the people concerned transferred their NFTs back and put them up for sale again. But the old listings could still be active, even if they were not visible on the site. Using Opensea's API or even the orders.rarible.com service, the old listings could be retrieved and then served, he said. So anyone retrieving this data could have gone NFT bargain hunting without the sellers being aware of the danger. The problem had been known for several weeks and Opensea was also alerted to it several times on Twitter, including on December 31st by a developer from the NFT scene. They had been aware of the problem and had also been working on solutions, the Opensea spokesperson told ZDNet. And promised improvement, a new dashboard should clearly show that there are still old entries. Likewise, sales offers should in future only have a duration of 1 month by default instead of 6 months as before. Those affected by the bargain attack have been contacted and will be reimbursed for their damages. That's it for today's update. Which theme did you like best? And what do you think of the current crypto market? Let us know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell to stay up to date. Until next time, your Meta News.